Hello everyone, I'm Sharpedo43 once again, bringing you all week 5 of the NGDL. And today is Sunday, which is actually very interesting because today is actually my birthday, for whatever that matters. But nonetheless, I wanted to showcase a battle on my birthday, which would be kind of nice. So, because I couldn't find any at the moment, I figured, okay, let's just showcase week 5 of the NGDL. And personally, I'm hoping that I can actually win this battle because it would be nice to actually post a win on my birthday. I think so anyways, because, I mean, One Dream was already crushed when I was hoping that for my first battle in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon, I'd be able to win my first battle, but as you guys saw, that never actually happened, so, I'm only hoping that for this battle that I'm going to showcase right now, it's going to, I'm going to win, basically, so, but, also, this battle happened yesterday, so at the same time, it's like, if I lose, it's like, whatever, too. So, but I just wanted to post something on my birthday, so I figured, yeah, let's do this. This is gonna be week 5. My opponent for this battle is going to be Untraceable Strain. This is a guy that's actually beaten me in last season that I faced him in the NGDL. But we're gonna be facing him again, and this time as our divisional rival, which is actually gonna be kind of scary. In fact, the Snack has had him as his divisional rival last season, and that guy was only wrecking him all the dang time. So, that's kind of what makes this guy a little bit scary. Also, if you wondering why is this guy Jacob as well, like, because for those of you who are aware that this is the same IGN from my week 2 opponent, which is Gosmer. The reason why is because Untraceable and Gosmer are IRL friends, like they're friends in real life, so and they both share the same 3DSs with each other as well as the same game, so they're both basically doing that, and as a result I'm basically I'm aware of it. They told me that that's how everything is going on, so I figured, okay, that's fine. So we're gonna be facing Untraceable here. It's not gonna be Ghostmer or anything. It's actually gonna be Untraceable this time. And as for the team that he brought, I definitely anticipated the majority of his team, if not all of it. In fact, I think I definitely anticipated all of it. Actually, not all of it. I was thinking if he didn't bring Mamoswine, he'd probably bring something like Sneasel, and if he did not bring Jellicent, he'd bring something like Reuniclus or something, so that's one thing. But I mean, Mamoswine and Jellicent were also not out of the question, and the fact that they brought it kind of makes it pretty much that I anticipated the majority, if not all of his team. So as for what I brought, I personally, okay, so let me tell you something before I get into this battle. This battle happened, like I said, yesterday, and yesterday I just got back from basically snowboarding all day, so when I got back, I was really sore, and by the time he DM'd me again, it was like very late at night, so I was like, like he was actually still very persistent in battling me, so I was like, okay. I personally wanted to battle him before my birthday as well, so I figured, okay, let's just make the team real quick, and if he's still around, we'll battle him right there. But I was really tired as well, especially like because snowboarding was actually the first thing. It was like the first time I ever did snowboarding that day, so like when I got back home, I was definitely sore everywhere, not just in certain places, everywhere. Hell, even my head hurted. But yeah, so but I wanted to get the battle done as well, like over with as well. So I quickly made a team, because by the way, I didn't even have a team ready for this guy when he told me, "Are you ready?" I just told him like I didn't say anything until I was almost done with the team. I told him I was ready once I had like a mon or two left to finish preparing. And then that's when we got into the battle. But this battle was late at night, and I was kind of tired. So, I mean, you know, when I'm like in those kinds of conditions, I can't usually typically play well or even prepare well. So, I mean, I can only hope that something works out in my favor here. And as you can see, my team is lacking in bulk, and his team it has good bulky mons such as Celesteela, Jellicent, Mega Venusaur. So, and the majority of my team is offensive and not very bulky. Well, I do have Cafarigus, but even then, Cafarigus is actually offensive, so it's going to be really difficult to just simply one-shot everything. So I just got to hope that everything works out in my favor. So here we go. This is going to be the battle versus me. And Untraceable Strain, coach of the Detroit Red Wing Attacks. It's kind of a shame this guy doesn't have a logo, but I mean, because the name sounds pretty cool, let me tell you. But yeah, here we go. He's going to lead off with Excelgor. I'm going to lead off with Dragonite. The reason why I led with Dragonite here was because I was anticipating this lead. What I wanted to do was go for an extreme speed right out of the gate, because what I wanted to do here was prevent him from just going for that damn final gambit. This is one of the reasons why I anticipated this lead, was because I felt like if I led with something really good or potent, he can just go for final gambit and just freaking put me away basically. Now here, I actually made it risky play and actually went for the Dragon Dance on the off chance he wanted to switch out, anticipating another E-Speed, but he did not do that. And this is a kind of a misplay because now as a result he gets free spikes. But what I wanted to do was actually be at +2 for that or +1 at the very least for the Celesteela, on the off chance he switches that in. But he doesn't end up doing that. But after getting spikes up here and after getting a Dragon Dance, I actually go for the Extreme Speed, taking out the Excelgor, and now he's going to go into Mamoswine, which, yeah, I definitely don't want to stay in because I think he can go for Ice Shard. He could predict my switch and go for Stealth Rocks as well, but right now what I was really concerned about was the Ice Shard, which is exactly what he does. So I was thankful that I switched out into Cofagrigus here, because I was definitely going to stay in, predicting him to want to go for Rocks, because he got Spikes up, so it wouldn't surprise me if he wants to get Rocks up as well, just to wither me down much quicker. That's basically hazards for you. So here, he's going to switch into Celesteela. I go for the Will-O-Wisp. Reason why I went for Will-O-Wisp here was because I do carry Hex on this Cofagrigus, and this is, like I said, an offensive Cofagrigus, not a defensive one. So it's going to have Will-O-Wisp and it's going to have Hex. And yeah, he's going to go for Toxic. It's going to outspeed me, unfortunately. But what I wanted to do was just get some damage off on this Celesteela, and I wanted to see how much I can do. What kind of set this Celesteela was it a bulky one or was it an offensive one? Looking at that damage, I can't even tell if it is or not. Looks like it isn't, but I have to remember that Cofagrigus is also offensive, and I'm using Hex on this burned Celesteela, so it's kind of hard for me to tell if whether or not this Celesteela was offensive or not. The set though tells me that it probably was defensive, but probably on the physical side, which could be very, very good for me. Because here, what I do here, I was thinking about it. I was thinking, should I go for another Will-O-Wisp, predicting him to want to switch out, knowing that I can possibly 2-hit KO this thing. He just ends up going for Leech Seed, and here's where I decide to just stay in and go for another Hex. Thankfully, I did this because honestly, I was afraid of him like wanting to switch out or something, like maybe into his Jellicent. I know Jellicent is a Ghost type, but when it's not boosted by Hex, it may not even do that much. So yeah, but now he goes into Jellicent, and I honestly just don't want to get withered down by Toxic and Leech Seed, so I just wanted to switch out here, and I went into Pangoro. I was hoping he doesn't go for Will-O-Wisp here. He actually ends up going for Hex, so he was actually going to do the same thing on me because he got the Toxic on me, basically. But thankfully I switched in. He does get a crit with this Hex, which is kind of annoying in the sense that now this Pangoro takes way too much damage. Here I tried going for Knockoff, and crazily enough, he actually has the Cobra Berry, which I was honestly afraid he would carry. Like, Traceable Strainer is one of those competitive battlers that it wouldn't surprise me if he carries like ingenious items such as Cobra Berry, knowing that I have a knockoff user. But yeah, unfortunately, as a result, now my Pangoro gets burned, and what I'm going to do here now is Parting Shot and get the hell out of here. And what I'm going to do here is bring in Heliolisk, because Heliolisk can actually kind of wall this thing. It can go for, it's immune to ghost moves and doesn't give a shit about Scald because of its ability, so that's actually really, really good for me. I do take Spikes damage, which is going to be bad, and he is going to get the Will-O-Wisp spot, which is just as bad as taking Spikes, because if I'm forced to switch out with his Heliolisk again, not only am I going to take more Spikes damage on entry, but after the turn ends, I'm going to also take burn damage, and that's just going to wither my Heliolisk down really, really quickly. So yeah, here I'm going to go for Volt Switch. He's going to go into Venusaur now, knowing that he doesn't want to take an electric move, and I went for Volt Switch. I was hoping he would not switch into Mamoswine here. Thankfully he didn't. Now I'm going to go into Dragonite. Now here I wanted to just go for the Z move straight up, because I had a feeling he might stay in and carry Hidden Power Ice or something, and I did not want to mess around, so I just went for the Z move right here, the Devastating Drake. I was considering Z flying because of the Venusaur, because the Venusaur was actually one of the things I had trouble team building for, because that thing, like, I didn't have anything that could just KO it. I didn't have a Psychic type, I didn't even have a Flying type. Well, I do have Dragonite, but it wasn't going to do, it's not going to do anything with Wing Attack unless it gets a Dragon Dance up. And just carrying Wing Attack just for that Venusaur, it felt like it was not necessary. I felt like I could do just as much damage with a +1 Dragon Claw or Outrage. So here, he's going to go into Mamoswine once again. And once again, I do not want to stay in, because I really, really feel that because I get this, I'm getting this advantage, he might want to start making predictions. So he might predict me to just try to stay in this time. And thankfully, I do switch out into Pangoro, and he goes for the Ice Shard. Now here, I was kind of hoping he didn't remember the fact that this Pangoro can get a priority move, and as a result, he didn't. Because look, if he went for Ice Shard there again, I would have lost this Mamoswine, and Pangoro, I mean, not Mamoswine. I would have lost this Pangoro without getting any chip on the Mamoswine. And the reason why I needed this chip on the Mamoswine was because I wasn't certain if this Mamoswine was sashed. He kept switching it out when I needed it to be going down, and so I figured, yeah, he's probably preserving the sash on this thing. Because most Mamoswines are typically focus sash, so it wouldn't surprise me if he has sash on this as well. Here I went for Protect with Sharpedo because I wanted to get +1 speed, and then +2 speed afterwards, like after I tried to take this thing out with Liquidation here. Because yeah, I wanted to, I set in Sharpedo because I figured he's not going to have a good switch in to Sharpedo. If he mispredicts and tries switching in Venusaur, he can get Psychic Fanged. So yeah, here I decided to go for Liquidation, and now I'm at +2 speed. Now here, he decides to send in Mega Venusaur, and because my Sharpedo is adamant and not Jolly like I usually carry it, here I'm gonna Mega Evolve, and I'm gonna go for Psychic Fangs. And I was hoping that the fact that Psychic Fangs is X2 effective on Venusaur and it's boosted by Strongjaw, and it's an adamant nature Sharpedo with 140 base attack as its base attack stat, basically. I was hoping that with all that in mind, the Psychic Fangs would have been enough to KO it. But as you can see right here, unfortunately, it's still freaking Liz. It's as if this thing was max HP invested. And on top of that, it's still able to KO my Sharpedo in return. So I'm like, once again, Sharpedo just not being able to KO these poison grass types every single damn time. Amoonguss, Vileplume, Mega Venusaur. Like, Sharpedo literally just has a hard time KOing these bulky ass grass poison types. I think the only grass poison type it can KO with the most ease is Roserade, but other than that, Sharpedo just can't KO these poison types, these poison grass types. But anyways, here I sent in Dragonite now. I was actually pissed, so I just started spamming Dragon Claw. If he went for Hidden Power Ice, I didn't care. He did not go for it. He went for Sludge Bomb, which means he never had it. So I kind of wasted my Dragonite here for nothing. So here, he's going to go into Archeops. I go for Extreme Speed on the off chance this thing is Focus Sash. Now here, he's going to go for Stone Edge. Seeing how he went for Stone Edge other than like Acrobatics or something that won't miss, knowing that I had less HP, something tells me that this Archeops was probably Choice Scarf. Because why else would he just run Stone... Okay, here running Stone Edge is good. Here I'm glad I did not get critted, because if I got critted I would not have been able to get this Trick Room up. But here I'm going to go for a Hex afterwards, because what I wanted to do right here with this Archeops was just weaken it. I was actually going to go for Will-O-Wisp right here, but I figured, no, what if I miss? Because I can miss moves. You guys have seen how many times I've missed a lot of dang moves unnecessarily. So, yeah. But seeing my Cafarius is weak yet again, and as you can see, he goes for nothing but Stone Edges. So this tells me that this Archeops was actually Choice Scarf. Because why else would he just spam Stone Edge knowing that move can miss, even when my Pokemon is weakened enough for anything else to KO it? So here, because I got the Trick Room up, I am now able to outspeed this thing with my Heliolisk, which naturally gets outsped by Archeops, especially if it's a Scarf one. So, yeah. Thankfully, we actually do win this battle 2-0. So once again, we win another battle in the draft format. We're gonna win Week 5 of the Natural Gold Digger League, 2-0, which is not bad. It's a lot better, but whew, I was afraid that after losing the route in the PGL, I'd probably just go back to losing in the NGDL as well. But no, thankfully not. That's not the case. I lost a route, sure, but now I win against Untraceable Stream, so that's perfectly fine with me. Thank you all for watching Week 5 of the NGDL. This was just a battle I wanted to post. I'm actually glad that I won this battle because if I was to post this on my birthday, I would like to win, you know. And thankfully that was the case. That was basically what happened. So one wish from my birthday actually came true, was that I win a battle in the draft format at the very least. And it was right before my birthday, which is really cool because now I'm showing it today on my birthday, and I can happily show that I actually won a battle here. So that's a really good thing. But yeah, enough of my rambling now. Thank you for watching Week 5 of the Natural Gold Digger League. Hope to catch you guys in the next battle, but for now, just take it easy.